As the spacecraft hurtled through the darkness of space, I couldn't shake the feeling of unease that had settled over me like a heavy shroud. I was part of a team of scientists on a groundbreaking mission to explore the mysteries of Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system. But as we drew closer to our destination, a sense of dread gnawed at the edges of my mind. The journey had been long and arduous, and the crew had grown weary and irritable. The constant hum of the engines and the claustrophobic confines of the spacecraft had taken their toll on all of us. But it wasn't just the physical discomfort that troubled me. There was something else, something insidious, lurking just beyond the edge of my perception. As we finally entered Jupiter's orbit, the swirling clouds of the gas giant loomed before us like a massive, malevolent presence. The spacecraft shuddered as we descended through the layers of thick, toxic atmosphere. I couldn't help but feel a sense of foreboding as we plunged deeper into the unknown. Our mission was to investigate a peculiar anomaly detected by our instruments, a strange, pulsating energy signature emanating from deep within the planet's turbulent atmosphere. As the lead scientist, I was eager to unlock the secrets of this phenomenon, but as we approached our target, a cold chill crept up my spine, and I couldn't shake the feeling that we were trespassing into forbidden territory. As we descended further, the spacecraft's instruments began to malfunction, sending erratic readings and causing the crew to panic. The atmosphere outside grew increasingly turbulent, and I could see flashes of eerie, otherworldly light dancing amidst the swirling clouds. It was as if the very fabric of reality was unraveling around us, and I was afraid that we had stumbled upon something beyond our comprehension. Suddenly, a jolt rocked the spacecraft, throwing us all to the floor. Alarms blared, and the lights flickered as the ship's systems went haywire. Panic gripped the crew, and I struggled to maintain order as we hurtled deeper into the heart of the storm. It felt as if the planet itself was resisting our intrusion, lashing out with all its might to repel our presence. Among the chaos, a voice crackled over the intercom, filled with static and distortion. It was a garbled, inhuman sound that sent shivers down my spine. I couldn't make out the words, but the sense of dread that washed over me was unmistakable. It was as if something ancient and malevolent was reaching out to us from the depths of the planet, seeking to ensnare us in its grasp. As we descended further, the spacecraft's hull groaned under the strain of the relentless pressure, and I could feel the weight of unseen forces pressing down upon us. The crew's terrified whispers filled the air, and I knew that we had trespassed into a realm beyond our understanding, a place where the laws of physics and reality no longer held sway. Suddenly, the swirling clouds parted, revealing a vast, churning maelstrom at the heart of the planet. It was a sight of awe-inspiring and terrifying beauty, a swirling vortex of energy that seemed to pulse with a malevolent intelligence. I could feel its baleful gaze upon us, and I knew that we had stumbled upon something far beyond our comprehension. As we hovered near the brink of the abyss, a sense of hopelessness washed over me. The crew was paralyzed with fear, and I struggled to rally them, to find a way out of this nightmarish predicament. But deep down, I knew that we were at the mercy of forces beyond our control, and that our fate was sealed. Just then, a blinding flash of light engulfed the spacecraft, and a deafening roar filled the air. The world around us seemed to warp and distort, and I could feel the fabric of reality itself unraveling. In a moment of absolute terror, I realized that we had become pawns in a cosmic game far larger than ourselves, and that our journey to Jupiter had led us straight into the clutches of an ancient power. As the blinding light subsided, I found myself standing on solid ground, surrounded by an alien landscape that defied all logic and reason. The crew had vanished, and I was utterly alone in a place that defied all comprehension. Strange, shifting shapes danced at the edge of my vision, and the air was thick with a palpable sense of malevolence. I stumbled through the alien landscape, my mind reeling with fear and confusion. The very ground beneath my feet seemed to writhe and pulse with sinister energy, and I knew that I had entered a realm where the laws of nature held no sway. In the distance, I could see a sprawling structure that seemed to twist and contort in impossible ways, and I felt a strong pull drawing me closer. As I was pulled deeper into the alien structure, I was assailed by nightmarish visions that tore at the edges of my sanity. Whispers echoed through the twisting corridors, and I could feel unseen eyes watching my every move. I knew that I had trespassed into a realm that no human was ever meant to witness, a place where the boundaries of reality had been shattered, and I feared that I would never find my way back. Suddenly, I stumbled into a vast chamber, its walls adorned with confusing symbols that seemed to writhe and squirm like living things. In the center of the chamber, a pulsating, otherworldly entity loomed, its form shifting and contorting in ways that defied all description. I could feel its malevolent presence seeping into my mind, twisting my thoughts and filling me with an overwhelming sense of dread. As I stood before the entity, I knew that I had come face to face with a being of unimaginable power, a primordial force that had slumbered beneath the surface of Jupiter since time immemorial. I could sense its hunger, its insatiable thirst for knowledge and experience, and I knew that I was nothing more than a mere plaything in its unknowable schemes. In that moment, I realized that my journey to Jupiter had led me to the very precipice of oblivion, and that I was utterly powerless in the face of forces that transcended human understanding. As the entity's tendrils reached out to ensnare me, I closed my eyes and surrendered to the inevitable, knowing that I had ventured too far into the unknown and that there was no turning back. And as the darkness closed in around me, I could feel the echoes of my screams reverberating through the alien landscape, lost to the void of Jupiter's enigmatic depths.
And as the last page turns, the haunting tale concludes. Yet the fear it invokes lingers on, a reminder of the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. If you found this content interesting, show your support by liking the video and hitting the subscribe button for more paranormal tales.